Press 5 kayo. Okay, once again, good morning sa inyong lahat. Today we are going to have our mock board examination in the subject non-institutional correction. Okay, 25 katanungan ang susukat sa inyong academic preparation para malaman natin ang inyong capability to pass the board exam later on. At para naman sa mga nagre-review for the board examination, take this seriously at ito ang maging training ninyo para sagutan ang mga katanungan sa darating na board exam. So good luck sa inyong lahat. Let us start to question number 1. Okay, I will only going to read once. Refers to the final report submitted by the probation and parole officer on his supervision of a parolee or pardonee as basis for the latter's final release and discharge. Anong tawag natin sa report na yan? Letter A, progress report. Letter B, infraction report. Letter C, summary report. Or letter D, probation report. Question number 2. What is the action of the court in case a probationer violated the condition of his probation order? Letter A. Court orders the release of the probationer to the community. Letter B. Court directs probationer to reapply for probation. Letter C. Court revokes probation and probationer serves original sentence imposed by court. Or letter D. Court punishes the probationer. Next, question number 3. What is the first probation law that introduced in the Philippines? Letter A, PD 968. Letter B, Act number 4221. Letter C, RA number 4221. Or letter D, Act number 3815. Question number 4. Blank will be more effective as the convict will not be exposed to hardened criminals in prison who will only influence him to a life of a criminal. I repeat, number 4. Blank will be more effective as the convict will not be exposed to hardened criminals in prison who will only influence him to a life of a criminal. Letter A, imprisonment. Letter B, probation. Letter C, parole. Or letter D, commutation. Question number 5. Probation was granted is a matter of blank. Letter A, right. Letter B, privilege. Letter C, discretion. Or letter D, decision. Question number 6. Referring to that method of correcting sentence offenders without having to go to constitutional correction or rehabilitation. Letter C, rehabilitation and reformation. Or letter D, all of them, or all of the above. Next question is question number 7. When the offender may apply for probation in court. Letter A, after conviction. Letter B, even before conviction. Letter C, during appeal. Or letter D, before trial. Next, question number 8. Refers to a disposition under which a defendant, after conviction and sentence, is released subject to conditions imposed by the court and under the supervision of a probation officer. Letter A, probation. Letter B, parole. Letter C, pardon. Or letter D, reprieve. Question number 9. The act of forgiving the wrongdoing of an offender in which is conducive to early reintegration. Letter A, probation. Letter B, parole. Letter C, pardon. Or letter D, reprieve. Number 10. An act amending Presidential Decree number 968. Letter A, RA 11131. Letter B, RA 10707. Letter C, RA 1007. Letter D, RA 2790. Alright, for this number, press 7. Mga examinee, learners who are taking CA2 mock board examination, press 7 tayo, and SS including this number 10. Okay, press 7, SS, you include in your SS this number 10. I repeat, 7 tayo. Number 11, refers to the reduction of the duration of prison sentence of a prisoner. Letter A, reprieve. Letter B, absolute pardon. Letter C, conditional pardon. Or letter D, commutation of sentence. Number 12. What is the effect of probation on the judgment of conviction of the defendant? Letter A, judgment of conviction becomes void. Letter B, the judgment of conviction is deemed served. Letter C, the judgment of conviction is suspended. Or letter D, the defendant is acquitted. Question number 13. Which of the following is one of the universally accepted goals of corrections? Letter A, suffering of the defendant. Letter B, reintegration of offenders into their own community and society. Letter C, distress of the defendant. Or letter D, all of them. Question number 14. In probation, crime rehabilitation can be monitored by the community. Hence, corrections can be made and be more effective. Letter A, true. Letter B, false. Letter C, may be true. Or letter D, may be false. Question number 15. The investigation and supervision of probationers are latched on letter A, Regional Trial Court. Letter B, Municipal Trial Court. Letter C, Parole and Probation Administration. Or letter D, Office of the Bureau or Bureau of Correction. Okay, once again, sa mga hindi nakapag-press 7 kanina sa question number 10, mag-press 7 kayo ngayon dito sa question number 15. Okay? Mag-press 7 kayo dito sa question number 15. Include number 15 in your SS. Let's proceed to number 16. Mr. X was sentenced to a prison term of arresto mayor. Will he qualify for probation? Letter A, no. His sentence is 6 years and 1 day. Letter B, yes. His sentence is less than 6 years and 1 day. Letter C, yes. His sentence is 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. Or letter D, no. His sentence is more than 6 years and 1 day. Question number 17. What is the nature of the hearing for violation of conditions of probation? I repeat, what is the nature of the hearing for violation of conditions of probation? Okay. Letter A, summary in nature. Letter B, mechanical in nature. Letter C, penal in nature. Or letter D, technical in nature. Next, question number 18. What is provided to a youth offender discharged from the DSW rehabilitation centers up to a period of 1 year? Letter A, probation. Letter B, rehabilitation. Letter C, care services. Or letter D, punishment. Number 19 refers to the report submitted by the probation and parole officer on the conduct of the parolee, pardonee, while under supervision. Letter A, progress report. Letter B, infraction report. Letter C, summary report. Or letter D, probation report. Question number 20. Blank means a person placed on probation. A, probationer. B, parolee. C, probation officer. Or letter D, parole officer. Next, 21. Who investigates for the court a referral for probation or supervises a probationer or both? Letter A, probationer. Letter B, parolee. Letter C, probation officer. Or letter D, parole officer. (22) What kind of investigation is conducted in determination by the court that the ends of justice and the best interest of the public as well as that of the defendant will be served thereby? Letter A, preliminary investigation. Letter B, judicial investigation. Letter C, post-sentence investigation. Or letter D, special crime investigation. 23. The probation officer shall submit to the court the investigation report on the defendant not later than blank days from receipt of the order of said court to conduct the investigation. Letter A, 15. Letter B, 30. Letter C, 48. Or letter D, 60. Question number 24. Pending submission of the investigation report and the resolution of the petition, the defendant may be allowed on temporary liberty. Letter A, under his bail filed in the criminal case. Letter B, automatically granted by the court. Letter C, no temporary liberty is allowed. Or letter D, none of them. Next is question number 25. An order granting or denying probation, letter A, shall not be appealable. Letter B, subject of appeal. Letter C, subject to review by the higher court. Or letter D, none of them. Okay, press 7 ulit tayo. Include good luck in your SS. Okay. So, submit your answer later on. Kapag hindi nyo nakuha lahat ng katanungan, mag-backread na lang kayo. Anyway, you will be given a sufficient time. And you have to submit your answer not later than 12 o'clock today. Okay, so 2 hours exam. So, mapa na yan. Sapat na yan para masagutan nyo lahat ng ating mga katanungan. Okay, so later on makikita nyo rin yung kasagutan dito sa ating description. Okay, so hanggang dito na lang ang ating live streaming sa araw nito. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikibahagi. See you again next meeting.